Hello, everyone. It is Tuesday, October 6th. Welcome to another episode of Together San Diego. I'm your host, Luis Cruz, Community Relations Director for the San Diego Union-Tribune. Today, we'll be taking a look at the impact the United Way of San Diego County has made in our community over the last 100 years. But first, let's take a look at some of the organization's most recent work.
We are United Way of San Diego County. United, we can face San Diego's challenges, and united, we can overcome them. Our success is measured by the lives we transform, the children and young adults who succeed, and the families that thrive. We all benefit when a child succeeds in school, and in order to do that, they need a safe and stable family. Loss of income threatens health and housing, causing kids to fall academically and socially behind. But in partnership with others, we support both the children and their families. During our 100-year history, we have always been here, and the health crisis of COVID-19 is no different as we look to support the families who've been impacted the most. We are United Way, but you are what makes us a success. United we can build a better community.
Joining me this afternoon is Nancyasaki, President and CEO of the United Way of San Diego County, and Mitch Mitchell, Vice President of Legislative and External Affairs at SDGE. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
Great to be here.
It's my pleasure. Let's see. The United Way of San Diego County is turning 100 years old this year. Nancy, tell us a little bit about the history and the mission of the United Way of San Diego County.
Boy, doesn't that make you feel old? It's like 100 years, but it's such an accomplishment. There are very few nonprofits that have existed for 100 years in San Diego County, much less anywhere else. So it's really a tremendous achievement. I'm very proud to be a part of the organization as we celebrate our 100 years. We've always been here, as the video just said, for people. We started back in 1920 to address the needs of the community. It started with E.B. Gould Jr. and his insights and his vision for the future. And although it may have changed as the community needs have changed, the things that haven't changed are working in partnership with others, especially organizations, businesses, philanthropists, people in the community, residents, to learn about what the community needs are. And in those partnerships, working together to make sure we're doing this, working towards the same goals, aligning those goals, and making sure that because of connections we have to leverage the resources and the expertise that exists in the community and in our partnerships, because ultimately, again, as the video said, we want to transform the lives of children, young adults, and families so that they can thrive in our community. And it's just exciting to be a part of that.
And speaking of those partnerships, Mitch Mitchell with SDGE, you've been a partner of the United Way of San Diego County for some time now. Talk to us about why that partnership is important to you.
Well, I think, every great city, has to have embedded in its fabric organizations that are always focused on keeping the community together during good times and bad. And I think that is truly a tribute to United Way, is they have always been focused on meeting the needs of the community in certain areas and spaces. And for us as a company, that's important. We realize that you cannot be a great city or a great community without partnerships. And we have to be a great partner in so many ways and in so many areas. And our partnership with United Way is exemplary. I mean, what we try to do together to help people who are struggling, for instance, with utility bills, is a great example of how partnerships work to not just benefit United Way and SDGE, but more importantly, to benefit those who are coming to us for help.
Nancy, it's needless to say, it's been pretty much a surreal year, I guess you could say. Talk to us a little bit about some of the ways that you would contribute back to the community, and then how COVID-19 has affected all of that. We have some images of some work that you would do out in the community. I'll show some of these, and then you can maybe talk about that.
Yeah, I think a lot of the pictures that you're going to see are the pictures of where we get together with different partners and different corporate partners to give back to the community. This one here is with Alaska Airlines, and we went down to Barrio Logan and helped out the Barrio Logan College Institute to paint their new office building. Just another way to give back. This one is Reading Across America, celebrating Dr. Seuss Day and getting together people who want to read to kids and make sure that they have books that they can read, because that's such an important part of reaching some of your education milestones, especially reading proficiency by 3rd grade.
Yeah.
So those are some of the things that we do to get people out into the community to give back. One of our big coalitions that we've had in place since 2002 is the Earned Income Tax Coalition. Working with over 20 partners, we were able to bring back last year $47 million in federal and state tax returns, of which $15 million of that was for earned income tax credits. And that's money that a lot of people don't expect that they're going to get because they are so low income. They don't think they get anything back. We also are just winding up our work as the lead organization. It's the administrative organization for the Census Count Me 2020. And with that, we were working with over 150 partners in both San Diego and Imperial counties. And we were able to achieve our goal and then exceed our goal. In San Diego County, we've reached over 73.6% of the population, and in Imperial County, 62.2%. Both of those numbers are greater than 2010 and as well as in 2000. The COVID, once that hit, really put a screeching halt to everything that we did in the way that we did it. But we were able to adapt our processes and make sure that people were still able to give back to the community, just more in virtual ways. We helped with food distributions where you had no touch opportunities, but there were also ways to read to kids and to do other things online to help out as well. We could also give backpacks to groups of people from businesses along with all the supplies, and they packed them at their homes and then brought them back, and we could distribute them to the organizations that needed those. In the census, we thought we would get groups of people together and educate them and tell them all about what the work was and why it was important to fill out the census. And instead, we were doing things like census caravans, like driving through neighborhoods and telling people about why it was so important to fill out the census. So COVID definitely had an impact. The big, huge impact was our ability to launch the Worker Assistance Initiative as a part of a bigger partnership that involved SDGE, the San Diego Foundation, Supervisor Nathan Fletcher's office, as well as the San Diego Labor Council, all of us coming together to distribute money out to the community and make sure that those who had lost their jobs or had their hours reduced were getting support that they needed to pay their utility bills, to pay their SDG&E bills, to cover their rent and their mortgage. And we were able to distribute over $2 million to over 7,500 people in our community.
We should mention some of the pictures that we showed previously were taken pre-COVID.
Absolutely.
Now, the United Way of San Diego County is celebrating its diamond anniversary with a virtual Centennial celebration and fundraiser on October 8th. Tell us what we can expect and how people can participate.
Oh, there's so much. I hope it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm having a lot of fun creating it. I'm sure staff are going a little bit nuts with all the background work that it takes to put on something like this. But our Centennial celebration, celebrating, we were going to be at the Port Pavilion. There was going to be great food and you could interact with your friends, but it is still going to be interactive. There's a trivia contest that you can participate in. You can buy tickets. As you could see, there was the link to our website to buy tickets to participate. We have a silent auction that is open now that you can look and see what we've got. Things like a rare autographed picture of Tony Gwynn's first Major League Baseball hit that is certified. There are tickets to stay overnight at the Fairmount Grand Del Mar, plus a round of golf and a bottle of champagne. There are 2 tickets to Alaska Airlines, anywhere they fly. And if you buy tickets, there's an opportunity drawing, 3 opportunity drawings during the course of the evening. It's only an hour. Come and join us. One of those prizes are 2 tickets anywhere Southwest Airlines flies, including their international destinations. There's Koi Fine Arts portrait of your family, as well as Padre tickets. So hope that people will check it out and come and join us. You'll learn about some of our accomplishments in the past, what we're doing now in the present, but also what we're looking forward to in the future. There are also some other drawings that will be happening throughout the night, as well as entertainment. We have A mariachi band, Mariachi Torres, will be performing, as well as the Blues Artist of the Year last year, Whitney Shea. We also have New Era doing a hip hop dance, and Fernando de Rosa, who is performing Latin fusion kind of samba music for us as well.
Nancy, how are you going to fit all that in 1 hour?
Exactly,
You gotta
right?
keep it moving. You gotta keep it moving.
Yeah.
That sounds great. Love the entertainment and the items that you can pick up while helping a good cause like the United Way of San Diego County. Mitch, the SDGE is the diamond sponsor of this event. Talk a little bit about that.
To be in business for 100 years and participating at the level that the United Way has and continues to participate is special. I remember when I was chairing the food bank, and I was so impressed that we've been in business for 30 years. But to think about 1920 between then and now, and the impact that the United Way has had on this region and this community, it is special. And for us, there was never a doubt that supporting them for this diamond celebration was a must and was important and vital. And I would say that one of the things that I'm really happy about is Nancy's enthusiasm every day. As you heard her say, they have not stopped working during this unprecedented moment that the nation and the world is facing with regard to the pandemic. They continue to find new creative ways to help people. And so we were excited to support this Diamond celebration because it shows, again, our support and our appreciation for the United Way and all that they are doing and have done. And we look forward to watching them work for many more years to come. And again, Nancy, to you and your entire team, you are tireless, you are exemplary, and thank you.
Thank you so much, Mitch. Mitch and SDGE are just spectacular partners. I can't praise them enough. I can't thank them enough. They are just amazing, awesome to work with them. If I have a chance, I'd love to say that we have some other sponsors as well, Solar Turbines, as well as San Diego Foundation, U.S. Bank, the San Diego County Regional Airport Authority is also one of our sponsors. And we have 3 co-chairs. Jerry Sanders, who many people know as the CEO of the San Diego Regional Chamber of Commerce, right? Yeah. We also have Dr. Constance Carroll, who is the chancellor at the San Diego Community College District, as well as Mark Stewart, who is the president and CEO of the San Diego Foundation. They have been our honorary co-chairs and just amazing partners as well. So we couldn't do it without our partners. We couldn't do this event without them, but we certainly can't do our work without them as well.
And Nancy, these co-chairs will also present awards to 3 local community leaders in the education, business, and philanthropy sectors, representing the organization's 3 areas of focus. Talk a little bit about the awards.
Yeah, so it's really exciting because we have awards that we're giving out. There is one for our community partner. There is one for our philanthropist and community leader award. And there is one for, why am I drawing a blank now? But there are 4 awards, actually. Okay. We are reinvigorating the James F. Mulvaney Award that really celebrates a family that has been giving back to the community for a long period of time. James F. Mulvaney was a really incredible leader for United Way. He served on our board here locally, but he also went and served on the International United Way board. And through that work, some people actually attribute the success and actually the sustainability of the international arm of United Way to James F. Mulvaney. So we're also reinstating that award.
Great stuff. I should mention that SDGE is also a big supporter of our Community Journalism Scholars Program. So Mitch, thank you for that. That allows our high school interns to learn about journalism from the pros every summer. This year we actually had 7 students learning about journalism virtually. We can't obviously do it without your support, Mitch. So thank you for that.
It's a pleasure. I think one of the things that's really important for us as a company is that we are continuing to invest in the leaders that are going to be responsible for taking care of this city for many years to come. And many of them right now are youth. And when this program was first presented to us, we were excited because there's nothing better than watching someone capture what's happening in the space that we all watch and witness, and putting it on paper and writing about it. Because I'm an old-fashioned personality. I love to read the newspaper every day, and I read several, just trying to find out what's happening in the space in the world. And journalism is so important to what the life we lead every day.
Well, we appreciate your support. Thank you, Mitch.
You know, Luis, I'd love to say that that's just a real example of how SDG&E partners in our community. They go beyond utilities. They go beyond the gas and electric bills, and they show their care and their support for so many things that are happening in San Diego community. And I don't think people know that. You know, all of the different ways that they support efforts in the community that they see are really important to our community being able to thrive. So I really just, again, give a shout out to SDG&E for all y'all do to support the community in a broad way.
Right. Thank you very much, Nancy. And Nancy mentioned earlier that we've had food distributions. I've seen her down at the Qualcomm Stadium. You know, it's something that it's on my calendar it was on my calendar every other week. And Nancy, as you know, the lines that we saw at the beginning of March and April, you know, 1,200, 1,300 cars waiting to get food support. Was heartbreaking, but it was also heartwarming because we were able to provide that support, and it was a pleasure to have you down there and see you down there loading cars. And that's what we do in great cities, is we all come together to get through the tough times. And so again, my hat's off to you and the team.
Nancy, talk about the United Way of San Diego County's 100 Days of Giving.
Yes, that's a project that we just launched as we're, you know, coming up to the last 100 days of 2020. I think everybody's like ready for this year to be over, but we are looking at how we can continue to support our work and that we do in partnership, the ways that we can begin to look at how we, in the inequities that are happening, our focus has been on the education milestones when we talk about third grade reading proficiency. White and Asian students are at 80% of proficiency, yet Black and Brown students and Hispanic students are only at 50% of proficiency. And that gap is what I call mind the gap. We have to really address that and not just focus on the bar going up and people all together reading proficiency, but the kids that are behind will continue to be behind if we don't focus on what it takes to get them to that reading level. So when we do things like Reading Across America, when we make sure that kids have books in their homes through our Readers in the Heights efforts, 25 books in the home can make such a huge difference for these kids. So we don't really think that that's important for us to do. So 100 Days of Giving, being a part of that, participating in some of the events that we'll have going on that people can give back. But that 100 Days of Giving to reach $100,000 will really help us create those partnerships to mind the gap and to reduce the inequities that are happening with our kids in our community.
All right, so just a reminder, the United Way of San Diego County's virtual Centennial celebration is this Thursday, October 8th, from 5:30 to 6:30 in the evening, and you can get tickets at uwsd.org/tickets. Is there anything else either of you would like to add?
You know, again, I want to say congratulations to Nancy and the entire team. 100 years of magic and wonderful moments. Bravo, bravo, bravo.
Thank you so much, Mitch. And I know this sounds like a mutual, like support team here, but I love SDG&E's partnership. But I'd also say, because we were talking about the Centennial celebration, the silent auction is open. Check it out. Go and see if there's something there that you would love to have in your home, participate in, go to a Padres game, go fly someplace on Alaska Airlines when it's safe again. And please join us.
All right. Thank you so much, Nancyasaki, President and CEO of the United Way of San Diego County, and Mitch Mitchell, Vice President of Legislative and External Affairs at SDG&E. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Luis.
Thank you. And thank you so much at home for watching. Have a great day, everybody.
San Diegans accomplish great things every day. We care about our neighbors and our community. We are proud of our diversity. We are resilient. We hold our leaders accountable. We live in one of the most dynamic cities in America, the San Diego Union-Tribune, telling San Diego's story for more than 150 years.